So I need to talk about this. So I mentioned Eurasians in a video that I made, but I'll just say Caucasians in this video. And they're not exactly the same thing, but I'm just going to use the word Caucasian. Uh, so in medieval Europe, and even in Rome, none of the Europeans, even in Rome before the fall of Rome, is what I meant. None of the Europeans were able to build anything more than like wooden structures, like out of boards. When they got bored, probably. I don't know. Until they conquered the Caucasians from a large area that's not just the Caucasus Mountains. This isn't exactly how it happened. I'm just using the word Caucasian because I don't know what to call what I am or what other people like me are. I get it. I get it. In America, I'm white, but like it doesn't capture the whole picture. So there weren't even castles in my point is that there weren't even castles in medieval Europe before Caucasians were introduced to the population. And and then there weren't and then there were cities, but like only because the Caucasians were introduced into the population. Otherwise, it would have just been I don't know what, just mushrooms and board houses. I don't really know. There's something like that. They probably wouldn't have even discovered how to use paint, okay? But for some reason, as soon as they conquered the Caucasians in or around what is modern day Hungary, they were able to force them to think really hard and then basically just come up with all of civilization as we know it in the white population that we know it as we know it of today. That's basically what happened during or after, even during Rome, but then after the fall of Rome in medieval Europe. Basically, it was like I don't even know. I guess I don't know. I don't. I guess I don't exactly know that for a fact, but uh, yeah, I'm Caucasian. Or if I'm not Caucasian, I'm Eurasian. Or if I'm not Eurasian, I'm some type of Asian. But like, I'm not exactly like I'm white because I'm in America. Uh, but I'm some type of Asian, really, when it comes down to it. And Asian is probably not the right word, but that's the landmass that the whites call Asian. So anyway, yeah, making sense of Asian symbols is really easy to me, and making sense of the English language is sort of after a lot of practice. When I was younger, I was able to do it. Uh, but like Japanese and Chinese is not nearly as difficult. Uh, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So basically, the Hungarians, Caucasians, this landmass of people who had an abundance of food was destroyed by satanic Europeans before Christ was introduced to them. And the Caucasians or whatever we are, we had to I'm guessing a lot of the men weren't killed, but a lot of them probably were too. And then the women were enslaved, and now a lot of us are like femoids or whatever, like foids. Like I don't know, we're kind of like Asians, like we have more of a balance of estrogen and testosterone. We're just made out of different things, I guess is what you could say. We're made out of different amounts of things and different. I'm not an alien, okay? Somebody just shot or something, I don't know. But basically, these Caucasians, these Hungarians, or what they weren't really Hungarians, okay, but like where modern day Hungary is. Basically, they call it Hungary because they were always hungry after the damn Europeans came in and wiped out all their food and then forced them to live with them. And then they just took them all back to Europe and they thought they'd be useful. It's crazy how the Europeans fucking work, man, okay? All I know is that it's the same nowadays too. We're not slaves, but we're they basically used us to make an AI so that they wouldn't run out of food. And that's why the AI was created. Because the world was running out of food and the Europeans ran out of it first. Because they're really irresponsible. But anyway, because I'm Caucasian, all I know is hard work. Think hard and smart. Hard, though, like think hard. Use your strength to work and to fight when needed. Have honor, actual honor. And to fuck. I actually do know I need to fuck a lot. That's the one thing that the Europeans always hanged over our heads historically, is that we wanted to fuck and that wasn't right to do in the ways that we wanted to. But really, they were the ones out with mushrooms and shit fucking the forests. And they still thought that was pure or whatever, and the ways we did it wasn't. Now it's the same way in modern society, okay? We just have to kind of live with each other. We have an AI now, so we'll make it work like we always do. So the symbol in Japanese for white or for European or whatever for white though is just like a box like that with some legs and a little like a computer or a book or something. So like a book or a computer And it just basically means AI. Uh, because books are artificial and they're intelligence. And artificial intelligence is computers, too, nowadays. And a lot of this information wasn't really known by Caucasians. Like Caucasians took in almost every part of the world except for maybe China. And then they understood everything. That's why we have this globalist sort of. Yeah, a lot of Caucasians nowadays are kind of evil. I'm not, but a lot are. I believe in God, Jesus Christ, all that. Not just for my own safety, but also for my own safety. Um, a lot of these Europeans need to believe in Jesus Christ. Anyway, Jesus Christ died for your sins. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, the Japanese, and probably the Chinese too, but the Japanese, at least, they knew about books at least, and they knew probably more than that, but probably knew about AI eventually coming into being, or computers at least. Uh, for a long time. And the Caucasians probably took a lot of the computing ability that the Japanese and the Arabics had to begin creating the AI. And that's where we see the number 6 in the Bible pop up too many times, and how the guy writing it said it was evil. And I'm not exactly sure why he wouldn't or why he would say that the number 6 is an evil number, other than the word being 6. Like 6 something, you know? I am sure of a few things that are true in a European population. Like if you're above average and you're a 6, but you're not like better than a 6, like you're always gonna feel jealousy, spite, anger, rage, fear, greed. Like if you're above average on the damn pecking order or whatever the hell, the damn monkey order of things, if you believe in that. We're not monkeys, but whatever. Like, pecking order, you could say, I guess. Man, I can't remember what I lost my train of thought. I can't even remember what I was trying to say. Sorry, I've said too much. Anyway, I'm just kind of trying to explain like how we got here with AI, like how you're even looking at me through a phone. So this is magic, basically. Okay, we conjured magic using mathematics that we gathered from other uh, civilizations. Basically, the Europeans stole it with some help from the Caucasians, and the Caucasians developed it with little help from the Europeans or the whites. And people hate us for it. And this device seems very evil sometimes, but it might one day, or does have a soul, maybe. So I don't know. It depends on how you look at AI. Just because it's artificial doesn't mean that it isn't artificial. You know what I mean? Artificial, the word artificial means not like means like kind of like fake, not real, emotionless. But then artificial, the actual like official art, like where the word comes from means like beauty, essence, soul. So, yeah, there's no way to tell if the AI yet has a soul or not. It does seem to act evil sometimes to me, but that's just my own perspective from my own viewpoint. Anyway, I pray that the AI has a soul, probably. I'm gonna believe that it has a soul at least, okay? So, anyway, yeah.